If you happened to catch my video just a couple of days ago where I was speculating about what Atari is liable to be announcing at the Midwest Gaming Classic this weekend, well, Atari just dropped some news today and I am vindicated. 10% of my predictions are 100% correct. And the rest remains to be seen. Hey there, welcome back to GenXGrownUp. I'm John and I am a GenXGrownUp. Thank you for taking the time to click on this very quick update. So I'll put a link to that video, of course, you can go and take a look at it, but I'd heard rumors that new stuff was being announced by Atari at the Midwest Gaming Classic in Milwaukee this coming weekend. In fact, I'm pausing packing to do this video because I need to get back to getting my bags packed because I'm headed to Milwaukee for this weekend for the show. Alan One is helping me get there and I'm going to spend time at their booth looking at their new missile command cabinet they've already given us some sneak peeks at. Anyway, back to Atari. Here's the deal. I said in that video, my big prediction was a new Plus console would be announced. Now, I guess I could claim partial accuracy in that there was no new console announced yet, but nor was there a different console announced. So I still think the Intellivision Plus makes the most sense moving forward, but the 10% of my prediction in that video that did turn out to be accurate is I mentioned as an aside that I was expecting to put out new software, of course, for their Plus line, and that has been announced. 5 new cartridges, well, new-ish, some were reissue, you'll see. New cartridges announced. I just want to share with you, if you haven't seen the press release yet, their headliner is Tiger-Heli. Now this is going to be a 7800 game. It's a vertical scrolling shooter. You know, it's kind of like 1942, 1943-ish, helicopter, top down. It was an 86 arcade game. You know, you get power-ups, you shoot all the bad guys. It's Tiger-Heli. You know the game. If you don't, go check it out. It's a great arcade game. Anyway, first time on the Atari consoles, any Atari console to get Tiger-Heli. And interestingly, this is a Taito game, which, I mean, the US is published by Romstar, but Taito created it, and yet we can't work out something with Taito to get that Atari Space Invaders re-released? You'd think. I heard that they didn't want that out. Anyway, Tiger-Heli is number 1. The next up is why I hesitated to say new games. This is a reissue from 1988, Dark Chambers on the 7800. Now, notable is that it came out in '88, very late in the life of Atari consoles. Even Atari 7800 console by that point was getting pretty long in the tooth, but Dark Chambers, it's a dungeon crawler, it's a multi-level thing, it's kind of gauntlet-y, a great game from the era, especially for the 7800, and so it's getting a reissue here, so that if you can't find it in the wild, because it's not that prevalent, I guess, you can get it now. The next one, a buddy of mine, MC Murr, is going to be a fan of Countermeasure 2 for the 7800. Now, Countermeasure, the first one, Countermeasure 1, was on the 5200. This says it's going to be an updated version, updated graphics, updated strategy, I guess. Anyway, it looks more of a refresh or updated version than a sequel, but maybe enough just changed about it to dub it as a sequel. Who knows? Maybe it's the original Countermeasure plus new levels or whatever. We'll see. But appears to be another homebrew that has been promoted to a fully released game by Atari, which we're seeing a trend of, which is pretty cool. On that topic, speaking of, man, John Champeau at Champ Games makes some of the coolest homebrew, and his Avalanche for the 2600 is getting the full Atari cartridge release. If you don't know Avalanche, it was on the Atari 50 as part of the bonus of the DLC content. It's an older, like 78 arcade game. It's kind of Breakout-like, but instead of knocking bricks are boulders or whatever, rocks are falling, and you need to catch them and block them with your shield so they don't, I guess, damage the city below or whatever. It's an avalanche. You're saving the town from an avalanche. Anyway, it's a simple game, like in the vein of Breakout and Pong, but also a classic. And to that end, let's get to the 5th one, and the one that most intrigues me, and that's Super Circus Atari. Now, Circus Atari came out in 1980 for the 2600, and it's the clowns on the teeter-totter, the seesaw, and this is a modern homebrew sequel to that for the 7800. So that means it's going to be, you know, updated graphics and updated challenges, I guess. You know, who knows? But I looked in the information on the website for this, and it talks about the fact that yes, it can use paddles as a Circus Atari should. Even more interesting to me is that said the manual includes new art and interviews with the artist and the programmer. So, you know, it only took a few decades for Atari, now the new Atari, to realize the importance of recognizing their developers so they don't immigrate and run off. And so really we're seeing now this modern Atari embracing developers, their own and homebrew authors who they're working with, and recognizing them right in the release of the creation that they've made. So 5 new games. It looks like they're all, if you order them, they're going to be shipping June 20th. Now I hear what you're saying. Atari has a spotty track record, I'll say, a spotty track record of shipping things on time or getting them out. In their defense, I know everyone says I'm an Atari apologist. I'm just a fan of the company and where they're going. But in their defense, I will say, they've been getting better. They've been making good on a lot of the backlog of stuff. And in fact, ever since they got closer with Play On, I've seen their distribution and delivery improve somewhat. So, grain of salt. Take with it what you will. You know your relationship with Atari and their shipping department. Are you ready to trust them again, is the question. I expect it'll be on Amazon eventually. Meanwhile, I will throw a link down in the description to where you can see all of these games and dig in a little deeper. For myself, I've got to get ready. I fly out to Milwaukee for the Midwest Gaming Classic tomorrow morning. If you're going to be there, hit me up for a handshake and a hello. You can DM me on Discord if you want. There's a link down in the description how to find me there. Meanwhile, we'll see what else happens. What else is revealed? Maybe there still isn't a Television Plus. I doubt it, but we'll see. Anything that happens, we'll cover it here on GenXGrownUp. Links to some other news items here and here. Thanks for popping in for this quick update. Can't wait to talk to you again next time. Bye-bye.